The January 2011 revolution resulted in the fall of Hosni Mubarak and the rise of democracy. Dr. Mohamed Morsi was Egypt's first democratically elected civilian president. But after only 100 days of his presidency, General el-Sisi led a military coup on July 3, 2013. Sisi and the Presidential Guard forcibly removed President Morsi in violation of Egyptian law and detained him in an undisclosed location. Sisi immediately suspended the constitution, and 9 of Morsi's aides were forcibly disappeared and held incommunicado. In fact, the coup started in 2012 when the military orchestrated a plan with political and media figures to assassinate Morsi's character through a campaign of manufactured myths. Myth number 1. Some claimed Morsi was a dictator for his November 2012 decree that placed him above judicial oversight. However, Egypt's revolution was stifled from a Mubarak-appointed political judiciary. Political analysts confirmed that Morsi's decree was necessary and temporary to overcome the judicial destruction of democratic transition. Myth number 2. Many accused Morsi for brotherhoodizing Egypt. However, only 11 out of 35 Egyptian cabinet members and 10 of 27 governors were members of the Muslim Brotherhood. Myth number 3. Media talk show hosts criticized the 2012 draft constitution of being a Muslim Brotherhood self-benefiting constitution. In reality, it demanded for regular presidential elections, term limits, political inclusion for all Egyptians, an impeachment article, and balance of power. Most importantly, it received 64% voter approval amongst Egyptians. Myth number 4. Opposition and media questioned the loyalty of Morsi to Egypt. Media outlets devoted airtime to theorize on Morsi's plans to sell the Great Pyramids of Giza and the Suez Canal. They twisted normal diplomatic relations with foreign states as treason to convince Egyptians that Morsi was betraying Egypt. Myth number 5. Egyptian media asserted that more than 30 million Egyptians poured into the streets to protest against Morsi in 2013. This number is illogical and mathematically impossible and invented to justify the military coup. The reality is that polls showed that Morsi's approval rating was at 53% before the coup, and 2 months after, it was still at 42%. A 2014 post-coup study shows that nearly half of Egyptians opposed the military takeover. Before Egypt's military coup, there were over 40 registered Egyptian political parties, signs of a growing political environment, and opportunity for legitimate democratic change. But instead, Egypt's anti-Morsi opposition chose to ignore the consequences of bypassing democracy by supporting a military coup.